What is up, Richachos? My name is Derek, or better as Adept, and welcome to another editing tutorial. This is going to be something a little bit different than what I normally would do for a tutorial, because this is going to be very, very comprehensive. There's going to be multiple different parts to this tutorial, I guess, per se. It is actually my cinematic tutorial that I have been meaning to do for a long time. Just never really got around to doing it. Actually the wrong thing. So pretty much what I'm going to go through right now is I'm going to go through the recording of the cinematics, show you exactly how I do my cinematics, what I do with them, or what I do to record them, and then I will go into After Effects and I will show you exactly how I edit them and how I make them sync and flow to the music itself. Alright, so I already have like a game made with cinematics. Not like made with cinematics, I mean like I played a game and I got and it was perfect for the cinematics I need. Actually, I'm just gonna use a clip from Mommy. I'm actually gonna use the very first clip.
Don't call it a comeback.
So apparently I actually don't have it in here. Oh, I do actually. It's this one. Or is it this one? It's this one. Alright. So we are going to wait for this to open up. Start film. Alright. So now with the first clip of Mommy, the way it kind of happens is going to make it so I can actually, like, for the very first cinematic, you'll see it zooms in on the guy and then comes back towards me. And I'm not doing intro cinematics. I'm doing
Demolition.
Edit cinematics. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I did that. So I went into demo for this because it's in a spawn trap. And I think I actually used the very first, or actually, I used this guy right here. So
He's gone.
Actually, I did not. So we're gonna just kind of go here and we actually do the Collat cinematic first. All right. So now what? So now for the Collat cinematic, because it's a collateral and the way the song works, you're gonna want to have death sins. But if you do them all at once, they'll be moving and it'll just look kind of nasty. So you actually have to do this by hand. So I'm just going to play it up to where they get killed. So right here, I'm going to slow this down just so I can get the perfect kill spots that I want. Actually, like, let's go this. Alright. So now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to basically go on your very first guy, and you're going to want to obviously hit B on your controller to turn off the HUD. So as you'll see in the left corner, you'll see the kill feed go on and off. And then you're pretty much just going to follow the guy around. So you're going to kind of spin around him. Actually, this is really hard to do by hand. We have to do it by hand. So I'm going to speed up through this part. Okay, so I have the first half of him done. Now I need to go and do the second half, which is this guy. So now, because I finished about halfway in between him, I'm going to start a little bit over here on this guy. I'm going to do the exact same thing. It's going to focus on him and spin around him. Okay, so now once we have that done, we're gonna then, so we have that first cinematic recorded. We have one half right here with this guy, and the second half with this guy. All right. So now that's the final cinematic of this clip. I'll show the clip as you saw in the clip the way it happens. And there's a clap at the very end. So pretty much that's what that cinematic's gonna be. And now we need the actual. And now we need. There is a cinematic. So I'm actually gonna want to have it. There's a cinematic. I had the cinematic that goes on the door right there. So pretty much I'm gonna want to go here. You don't actually have to do it with a person. It really doesn't matter with the person here. I'm gonna just be accurate because I'm chill and awesome like that. So you're gonna go to your edit camera mode, which if you look down to there, you'll see I hit RB to the edit camera mode, and then you're gonna place a camera. right where his face is, which is right here, and this is actually exactly where it is in the clip. Pretty much exact, because it'll actually be zoomed in about 125%. So you're gonna want to aim off to the right of the door, but I'm gonna focus on this door here in a second. So aim off of it, and you're going to just let on time, just so you don't get a bunch of random ass crap that you don't want. Okay. So now you're gonna hit the door. You're not gonna hit the door, but I mean you're gonna kind of get like right here, the door. You're gonna place your camera, and you're gonna hit play again. You're gonna wait, and you're gonna hit. Then you're gonna go to the camera again, and then you're gonna spin out of it, like so. So you're gonna have that. It's not gonna look really good. Actually, I'm gonna move this camera up a little bit. Camera. Boom. Okay. So now I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna watch this and see how his camera moves. Actually, they're quite perfect. Actually. So now I'm just gonna go record them, and I record everything, by the way, at 0.1 speed when I do anything camera wise. So you want to have the HUD turned off. You're going to go down to 0.1 speed and record. And of course, I'm going to speed through this. Okay, so now that's the max recorded. We're going to go back. We're going to delete this camera. Remove all cameras. Alright. So then, seven pop up, and then we're going to want to go down to, actually I have to see. Okay, so this next kill's not for a little while, so I can get away with using this. So I'm going to want to go like so, place camera here. Place camera here. Go back here, and then place camera right here. I zoomed in just a little bit because of the scope. Or you can always compensate for the scope later anyway, but it doesn't matter. So I want to go record that cinematic. Turn everything down to 0.1 speed. Get rid of that. Yeah. Figure that shit out later. Okay. So now we are done with the actual like grabbing of the cinematics part, and now we're gonna go into After Effects. I'm gonna show you exactly how I time remap my cinematics, how I speed them up, how I slow them down, how I do pretty much what I do with them. So I will see you guys over there. Alright, so now that we're over in After Effects, I'm just gonna delete this for so now we're over in After Effects, we're gonna go to the first clip, or the clip that we recorded the cinematics for. And I'm gonna double click on it, and I'm going to actually I'm gonna invisible, not invisible, sorry, offline. I believe I do that. Alright, so now we're going to go over to, I save my files under Documents, then I have one called Vegas After Effects, and here are all the cinematics I want. I'm going to just drop them all in here. I'll open up, and I'm going to drop them here in clip 1, and then they're actually all just going to go right in here. Right in here. So I'm going to drop them all right in here. Okay, so now we have the first cinematic. We're going to want to go here. I just want to turn the sound off for every single one of these. You're going to want to right click them. You're going to go to Time, Enable Time Remapping. And then you're going to want to find the beginning of your cinematic using this little dial here, the very beginning, which is right here. Just give a little time. And then the end is right here. So now, what is, I don't know if you can tell, but the reason I did it in between this 10 and 11 marker is because where a cinematic is, because obviously there's nothing here. These are already all synced using Distrum, which is just a nicer form of Twixtor. So there you have the very first cinematic, and that's not actually done yet. I'm just going to get them all put in, just get them all like sped up and into their correct areas, I guess you would say. So right click at a time, into the time mapping. Go back to this guy, which is right here. And the end of him, which is, yeah, that's where I want to end it. You delete. And I'm splitting these by hitting Command Shift D. I actually want to delete the very first keyframe on this too. And then like that, and then I'm going to drag you down to here. Same your schematic. Also, hit you. Delete. Alright. You. Okay. So now use Final 2 Cinematics. So we're just going to do literally the exact same thing. Okay. Right click, time, enable timer mapping. Go away. Very beginning of it, which is right here. Now this one's gonna be a bit shaky. I'm gonna have to do some stuff with this. You'll see what I mean. What I have to do with it exactly. There's gonna be some editing done with this, like I'm gonna change the position, the scale, and all that fun stuff. So now it's Final Cinematic. You're gonna go to time, enable timer mapping. Get back to the beginning of the cinematic, which I want to start here. Here, from there, here, and then to the end of where I want to end it, which is and then delete the beginning part, delete that first keyframe. I would delete the ending keyframe, but I'm way too lazy for that right now. Alright, so you want to make sure you save your project. Always, constantly save. Constantly saving, okay? So now, so you have the cinematic right here. This is the very, very first one. So you want to, so because of the way the song works, I'm actually going to ramp preview this quickly and just show you what it looks like bare bones, by itself, nothing going on. It's going to look pretty boring because also there's no screen bumps either. And I'm obviously going to speed up through this.
Don't call it a comeback! Don't call it a comeback!
Alright, so that's what that looks like with these barely really being edited at all. Alright, so now we're going to have some fun. So on this first cinematic, I'm going to hit U, and I'm actually going to go to, I'm going to highlight these, I'm going to go to the graph editor. I'm going to actually highlight them again. You're going to hit this right here, and it's just going to make it full. It's going to make the whole thing. Shit, I'll do that. Make the whole thing like full, like the full timeline. So you want to click on this first one, and you're going to hit this one so it goes outwards, and you're going to bring this up top because if you don't, it will slow. It'll be stopped in the beginning and slowly, gradually speed up. And like that's kind of what you want, but we're going to make it custom ourselves. So you're going to want to drag this guy down. So then you're going to want it to zoom as fast as possible. So then pretty much you're going to want to then you want to bring this guy up, and then pretty much until it looks like it's about to stop. And at that point, you're then going to want to grab this guy. You're going to want to bring him in too. You don't want to ever make it go negative space. So kind of like that. So it's going to zoom in really slowly, and then it's going to zoom right and fly back out. But that's actually not exactly how I want it. There's nowhere near time on the end there. So there we go. Shit. So this is what it's going to look like for me at least. I don't know about you. So you see how it kind of it does a quick zoom in, and then it zooms right back out. It won't always like look like that perfect. I mean, you're gonna want it. That's obviously there's a lot of messing around to go involved there. So that's one of the only times I'm actually gonna end up using a graph editor for this tutorial. So now for the Cinematic 2, you're gonna hit U, and then you're gonna want to go. Then you're gonna want to find the beginning of where you hit the door, and the end of where your focus on camera's focus on the door. It's right there and there. So then you're gonna want to kind of like speed up to it like that, and you're gonna slow down in the middle of it, and you're gonna want to speed up out of it. Now you don't want to speed up too much in the beginning because there's a far distance to travel, and then there's the very end. So I'm gonna kind of do that, and we're gonna just RAM preview this. Actually, first off, I need to actually grab the song because I can't hear anything whenever I RAM preview it personally. So there's the song. I'm gonna RAM preview it.
Don't call it a comeback!
So that looks pretty good. It's gonna look really really bland because there is absolutely no screen pumps on them yet, which is what you need to add then next. That is, or not next, after of course we finish these last cinematics, which are gonna suck. All right, so yeah, I probably should have said that. So now you're gonna hit U, and then you're gonna want to pretty much find a good spot right here, I guess. You're going to press a keyframe there. Go right here, find the keyframe also. Speed up the beginning, slow down end. Same thing every time. You can use the graph editor if you want to, if you prefer using the graph editor, because the graph editor definitely makes cinematics look way smoother. All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go and do pretty much the same thing for here. Maybe not as exaggerated though on this last one. So boom, speed up and speed up. So speed up and speed up. All right. So now here's something we have to do. So actually, you're going to go to the beginning of this one. You're going to hit S for scale, and then P for position. You want to keyframe them both at the very beginning of the cinematic. And you're going to go to this part, and actually, you're going to have your scale zoomed in already, about 120. Just, actually, no, leave the scale out. Actually, we're gonna have to mess with the scale here in a minute, though. So when you go here, you don't want to always have it centered. So you want to hit the proportional grid. You want to go title action save. Actually, now that I think about it, you don't actually need to have this scale on. So actually, I'm gonna just take the keyframe off there. And the reason I said turn this on, I can't words right now. Jesus Christ! You want to turn the title action safe on, is because you want to have a dead center. So here's a dead center, and you want to keep that around the center of his mass, the center mass on his body. You don't, it doesn't have to be exact. You just want to keep it as best as possible, and to keep the video always aligned with the top and bottom of your composition, you hold down Shift on your computer. So now I really start to mess up. So I gotta kind of fix him here. So then it's there, and then you gotta move from here. Now when you actually do this, it'll look like once we get all the screen pumps and everything in here, it'll look really nice. And you're gonna do pretty much the exact same thing here. Position, move him over here, and hit U. Alrighty then, so we have that. Now obviously this is going to need to be addressed because this is huge. There's a huge black area right here. So we will need to fix that whenever we get into the screen pumps part. So now I'm going to move over into another composition that has the screen pumps already done for the shots itself. And if you want to know how to do them, I will link the description I will link the tutorial I did on that in the description, and that also has my S-Shake settings in them, so you can download them there, and I will also put them in the description of this video. And you can click the screen right now to go to that tutorial also if you need. Let's move over into here. Okay. So I actually already have everything already for this screen pump, so I'm gonna delete everything I have for them. For that screen pumps, but you know what I mean, like the cinematics and everything. I'm gonna delete everything for them. Delete. Shit, what just happened? Hit delete, right? Delete. And then the final ones. Delete. Okay, so now obviously here's the screen pump for it right here. It's zoomed. The screen pump there, but here's the where the cinematic starts. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to your, you're going to obviously want to hit U to get all these keyframes brought up. So you're going to go to the amplitude, and you're going to have amplitude, position, and scale all have a keyframe on them. So you want to go to amplitude. You want to click on that and type in 0.5 at the very beginning of your of the cinematic start. And you want to go on the scale, and you want to type in 110 for 110. And then you're going to want to move to the left of those keyframes you put down, move 1 frame to the left, so it's at the very end of like the clip, and then you're going to want to type in 115 for the scale, and for the amplitude you're going to type in 2. I know these are seem like extreme numbers, but you'll see the outcome is great. And you're going to go to the left 8 keyframes, just like you normally would. And then you're going to go type in 0.2, then 0.2, and go to scale, and then type in 105 for that scale. So what's going to do is it's going to zoom in into the start of the actual like cinematic beginning. So it kind of looks like you're coming out of that the gun into the cinematic. It'll look really smooth once you get into it. So now, because of the nature of this cinematic, you actually want to have more wiggle here at the middle than you want at the start. So you want at the middle, you want to hit 2, and you're going to want to type in 125, 125. Now this doesn't have to be exact, but then you want to go back here and you want to type in 115 for the end of this, and you want to type in, like, I don't know, 0.5 for the end amplitude, so you always have some shape because it is a cinematic. Now this might be too much. I'll have to go back and look at that, but so I'm actually just going to ramp through that and just give a quick look at that. I have to turn off sound here, go back to here, and I'm going to set my comp area to right here by hitting B and going to the end of the cinematic, and kind of start the next shot by hitting N there. I would advance this. Alright, so that actually looks really nice. I might turn this down to about 1.5 instead of 2. And I have the frequency, by the way, set at 5 on this. I don't know if you noticed that, but I have the frequency set at 5 for this. Let's drag this out here, and then we're going to want to do pretty much the same thing here. We're going to hit 0.5, 110, go to the left, one keyframe, go 115, and set the amplitude to 2, go to the left 8 keyframes, and then make that amplitude 0.5 and set the scale to 105. Alright. So it's going to zoom into it. And now this one's a special. This one's not really a special case, I guess. We're just going to have to mess around a little more with the amplitude and stuff. So now you're going to want to do like you would a normal keyframe, or normal like shot, a normal pan crop, and you want to go to the right 8 keyframes. Go 8, and then you want to set this amplitude to 2, and you want to set the scale to 125. And this is the normal scale I use for cinematics, actually, is 125. Okay, and then you want to go here to the end, you want to just type in 0.5 for the amplitude, 0.5. You're going to want to make this position still 125 though, because of the style of cinematic it is. And then you're going to want to go about here-ish, I guess. You're going to hit 1, go right here and type in, I don't know, 1.5. Just so it doesn't, like, it's not only slowing down, it'll speed up again. Once it speeds out that cinematic, that it's going to kind of gear up and get ready for it, I guess. I don't know if that's what you would actually say about that. So then we're going to want to ramp you with this, beginning and end. Alright, so that looks really nice, actually. I'm actually glad with that. I'm actually happy with that turned out. So it looks really good. So now what I'm going to do is these are the final ones. So I'm going to do a little bit something special. So actually the position here is messed up because I actually have a position move at the end of this because it's the final kill. It's the final kill of the clip. So you want to go to position, and the standard for 720p, by the way, is 640 by 360. Those are the standard. That's the standard start, like normal average start position. So in the scale, obviously, we want to set this to 110. Amplitude to 0.5. Blah 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 blah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I'm an idiot. 0.5. 105. and then you want to type in 2 and 115. That's gonna fly like a motherfucking horsey into this shit, mate. Yeah! Alright, so now we're gonna want to go 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're gonna want to go 125. And we're gonna set the amplitude to 1.5, not 2 this time. Because we have that black bar to the right, we don't want it showing. We don't want it coming out like it's doing right here. So what we're then going to do is we're then going to go back to our normal original cinematic here, and it's going to kind of type to S, type in the scale, and let's do like, I don't know, 110. We're done for both of them, just because they both have huge black bars at one point. Alright. So we go back here, find this guy. So now that black bar is gone on all sides. So you have 1.5, and you want to do 0.25. This number doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's just kind of personal preference. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to type in 2, just because I want to give it a little more movement. And you want to type in 0.5. All right. So for this end one, it's going to need to have pretty much like as much movement as you. You don't want it to have an over amount of movement, but you need some movement there. So you're going to have it's just gonna spin around it, and they're gonna look really natural into each other. So now we're going to not grab that. We're gonna ramp through this, hit B, and then we're just gonna ramp through this. Good. This one could use something. Let's go to. Let's scale this in a little bit more, and then we'll scale it back out to 125. So now, actually, that looks kind of bad, in my opinion. There's not enough movement going on here, so we're gonna want to then just kind of right here-ish, delete you, bring it up there. Because it ends up actually not halfway. I might just guess that's about halfway. Meh. I'm gonna have the speed up actually start here, delete you, drop you here. Everything seems pretty darn close. Just need to touch up just a little bit. Okay. Big touch up there, buddy. Alright, so in general it looks better now. So let's just go back to our this composition right here. We're gonna just repeat this again just to see if it looks good. It should look better now. So yeah, I'm sorry. My video recording software actually crashed on me here. That was actually the very end of the tutorial though, so it should be okay. I'll show you the outcome of what we made. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys like this tutorial or you want any other tutorials, send me a PM on Skype, you have me on Skype. Send me a tweet on Twitter or leave it in the description. Just tell me what you guys want to see next. I will make whatever you guys want. My name is Derek, and I am out. Peace.
Don't call it a comeback.